First quarter of 2019 is well in the books and we're approaching the peak of the selling season. But first I want to show you how 2018 shaped up. Have a look at this first graph here. January we started at $245,000 and we finished at $250,000. It was only a 2% increase for the whole year of 2018. The interest rates jumped up a little bit, the buyers backed off, and there was a lot of sellers that were trying to push their home price and ended up stuck with a lot of days on market, and a lot of them ended up expiring or withdrawing from the market. From 2012 to 2016, a lot of sellers got accustomed to these double-digit percentage increases on the median home sales price. But look what happened back in 2017. We finally got into a single-digit 6.7% increase. Last year, like we just talked about, 2% increase on the median home sales price. But look what's happening right now. January through April of this year, we're already at a 9.4% increase on the median home sales price. But make no mistake, we're not seeing the home values rising right now. We're seeing a lot of the upper end selling. And upper end here, $350,000, $450,000, $500,000, $600,000 homes are going in escrow and actually closing. So sellers, before you actually get excited and call your realtor to raise the price, not so fast. Again, we're not seeing the median home sales price rising due to home values. We're seeing it because of the upper end is starting to move. So keep that in mind if you're on the market or if you're entering the market. Whether you're buying or selling, it's important to know how many homes are on the market, and today we have about 1,786 homes currently on our MLS. But remember, we're selling about 465 homes a month, so if we stop listing homes today, we would run out of that inventory in about 3 months. We expect those solds to go up as we enter this peak of the selling season. I always like to keep this graph up to date, and I just finished it. It's current through March of this year. The notice of defaults and the actual foreclosures. Remember, we're talking about just over 100,000 homes locally in the Victor Valley. So looking at this graph here, 89 last month that went to the notice of default stage, and 16 of them went back to the bank. Very low numbers here. Again, we're not seeing any influx of notice of defaults or foreclosures. So keep that in mind as you're talking to those, having those conversations with friends, and they're still thinking the foreclosures are coming. They're not. Going a little trip down memory lane. This last graph I want to show you is where we were back in the peak of the market. Back in January of 2005, we started at $230,000 locally, and our peak of the market was June 2006, $325,000. We dropped down in 2009 to 2012, just over $100,000, and like we talked about, we're at $275,000 currently, our median home sales price. Hope you find this information helpful and useful to you, and keep in mind, on all your real estate transactions, make sure you're choosing Mike and Bobby with Chicago Title.